SubhanAllah. But then when we look at that courage, we're not talking about military courage. I gave these examples because it's the kind of courage that if you don't have enough or you miscalculate, your own life is at stake. But there's so many kind of courage. It could be the courage to stand up to sadness. You're inflicted with a disaster. Example, Al-Khansa. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with her. We have kids. SubhanAllah, one of our kids gets hurt or his arm twisted or he's in pain. SubhanAllah, our hearts are squeezed. What about if you come in one day, like what happened to Al-Khansa, and she gets the news that five, not one or two or three, 5 of her children just died in battle for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What kind of courage that you need to summon to stand up even on your feet taking that news? She had the courage of a Muslim and she decided, I would stand, I would be patient, I would thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because the martyrs, they are alive with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala right now. And she accepted it. Another kind of courage, so it's not only men. Look at Nusayba al-Ansari, that is Umar. Nusayba bint Ka'b al-Ansari. Housewife, like our wives. And then the Muslims are going to battle, the battle of Uhud. She decided to help with whatever that she could do. Nursing the wounded, bringing food to people in the back lines. People go in the battle of Uhud. Prophet ﷺ gave orders to the archers, do not come down from the mountain unless I wait you to come down. Early victory for the Muslims. The archers wanted the spoils, or they decided that hey, it's over and forgot the orders of Prophet ﷺ. They leave their positions for Khalid ibn Walid to come around and turn the battle around. And all of a sudden, the battle is not the Muslims and the kuffar, the battle is the rest of the kuffar army. All of them surrounded Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to kill Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, because if they killed them, they have killed Islam. One of them, Ibn Qami'ah. And Qami is ugly, so subhanAllah, he's well named. Carried a dagger and went like a crazy man looking for Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. Ana bi Muhammad, ana bi Muhammad. I'm willing to die, but take Muhammad with me. And he got his dagger and see Prophet Muhammad ﷺ ran, subhanAllah, so hard to stab Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. What happened? Nusayba bint Ka'b al-Ansariya is there and seeing the situation. She just grabbed the sword that was thrown on the floor and went around Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and kept fighting her and waving her sword as much as she could. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, بارك الله لك يا أم عمارة ما التفت يمينا ولا شمالا إلا ورأيتها تقاتل دوني. May Allah subhanahu bless you, Amara. I never turned right or left without seeing her fighting and trying to defend me. But then Ibn Qami'ah is so close to Prophet Muhammad with the dagger about to Prophet Muhammad. What would she do? Look at the courage. SubhanAllah, a housewife threw herself in the way of the dagger and took the stab in her own shoulder, saving the life of Prophet Muhammad. SubhanAllah, where do you get people like that? And these people, a decade ago, were belonging to, subhanAllah, one of the most corrupted, decaying societies that history had ever seen. The real jahiliyyah, the real ignorance. It is that courage. But then when we say courage, we want to discern regular courage from Islamic courage. What is the difference? In any human quality, you're going to find traces of the opposite of that quality. There's duality in it. So I might be generous. But as generous I can be, there's a limit of wastefulness. I can be careful. But in my carefulness that some people might praise, there might be timidness or cowardice. The same thing, courage to some people is something that you can see some of recklessness in. So how I differentiate? Islamic courage is the correct courage. Why? Because it's based on obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There's no action that is halal. There's no action that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said do not do that is haram. And you're brave enough to stand with this or against that, unless the more of this or the more of that, inshallah, will give you positive results. And you hear, subhanAllah, about success stories. And many people will tell you, oh, this is success that, and actually they did studies. What is the common factor of all successful people? they would tell you one common factor of them all, of all ages, of all achievements, men, women, black, white, whatever it is. The common factor is relentlessness. What does that mean? No matter what it is, no matter what kind of obstacle or difficulty or how crazy people call them, they want that success so much and so bad that no matter what it is, they keep doing and they keep trying another thing till they make it. Couple of business examples. So we are aware of KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. You read the history of Colonel Sanders, that you see that old man with the goatee on the logo. I never seen anyone that got fired so many times and went out of business so many times like Colonel Sanders. He wanted to be successful. He tried everything that he could. Failure after failure after failure, he stand up and try again, stand up and try again. The last attempt, when he was 65, not 25, 65, to go to a remote highway and open a workshop or a station to serve cars that might be, breaking down or anything like that. Was not doing well. He was also on his way to go out of business again. So what happened? He said, you know what, I have this recipe, let me do something, because people wait and get hungry while waiting for the cars to be fixed. So I have this recipe of frying chicken. And he started doing, people started to like it. He started to do more of it. Till he started to make more money with that little stand, then the mechanic workshop it is. So he took the bold decision to start an individual restaurant next by that specialized in that kind of chicken. And subhanAllah, a restaurant after the other, you end up selling the chain that we know as Kentucky Fried Chicken for hundreds of millions of dollars. That was a side product of a business that he was going out of that business. Relentless. Relentless pursuit. It's almost, when you think about it, another form of belief. But it is a belief based on that hungriness for success that, subhanAllah, they don't care about what's happening right now. They keep trying different things, but their eye on the fact that I'm so certain that I'm going to be successful, I do not know how, but I'm doing it. There's another kind of success. There was a business magazine that I read recently that a guy borrowed his money, quit his job, and almost went bankrupt and took his family money trying to do a business model that he, or a little invention that he made. And subhanAllah, after all that suffering started to pick up and people liked it, and now he's getting orders that he cannot fulfill, and he's growing tenfold a year, and subhanAllah, so successful. But what is that kind of success? Yes, it took courage. Yes, he was bold. Yes, he was relentless. He had the recipe of that success. But what was his invention? Instead of opening an entire bottle of wine, he made little cups of wine that he can open without ruining the whole thing. And subhanAllah, scholars will tell you if evil was a liquid, they would call it wine and liquor. So he's successful on his way, highway, that matter, to the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when I am, as a Muslim, doing something that is halal, or avoiding something that is haram, and I have the boldness and the courageous to do it, then this is the true success. And our religion, and sometimes we forget, is about empowering you and making you successful. Any evidence of that? What more evidence than the adhan itself, the calling of the pillar of our deen, salah. What does the adhan say? We heard the adhan. Hayya ala salah, correct? Come to prayers. For the purpose of? This is why we pray. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah. Come to success. Come to prayer so you be successful. Materialistically, money on planet Earth, in New Jersey, in Monmouth County, no. Success in its entirety. In this dunya, to live the most fulfilling, satisfying, joyful life on your way to the ultimate success, which is the prize of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, entire life in Jannah. Then what is the recipe? How can I be successful? The Islamic way. How can I have that element of boldness, that courageousness, that relentless pursuit in achieving whatever that I can achieve? Imagine a ladder. There's a higher place that you want to reach that you cannot reach right now. What are the things you need? Of course, the ladder. Take one step after the other till I reach what I want. But there are two things that sometimes overlook. Number one, we need a ground that is stable for that ladder to be put on. You cannot put a ladder on the surface of the sea. It will take you and sink down. Also, we need to have our eyes high enough so we can reach something really high, that much better than what we can already reach right now. What is the ground of a Muslim? The ground of a Muslim, in my opinion, the thing that we miss the most is the pride and the worthiness of our understanding of us being Muslims. Early companions of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ realized that very clearly. And you can go back to Rab'i. He knows that as a Muslim, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put him on top of the world to liberate the world, to change the world, to make it better. How proud you are of a person that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tasked you with that task. In another way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created a universe that is 13.8 billion light years wide. You cannot even imagine how big that is.